Jay, what's up?
Yeah, cool. Oh.
You get anything for us this LSP? The screen there no be me. Oh. Let me check it and see if I can make it better. Yeah, we have over 600 people streaming. Sorry for the shaky screen. Please, when you join, at least drop some likes. Yeah. Yo, Jay, you dey hear me?
Yeah.
Why your setup no make ready? Eh?
Oh, you make ready now. Now they come.
Sharp, sharp. We get like 2 hours before the news. So like let's wrap up the market analysis from beginning of the month, until now. Then we make our own forecast. Let's look at the technical side. We also tackle the fundamental side before we'll make our forecast and possibly share some setups before the news if possible, or after the news, which is safe. So let's just discuss the market sentiment and see um, how far we can go. So as for me, there we go. I think for 2 weeks I've stayed away from gold because I lost the whopping 700 pips because of my stubbornness. I just kept on holding the sales. I don't know what was wrong with me, but it's all good. It's all good. Jaypipster is like he only focuses on gold. He's really good at it. Kwesi Forex too only focuses on gold. They are really, really good at it. So I think today gold will cry because these two are like really good with gold. I also tackle Nasdaq and US 30 because that's my area. BTC, yes, I think Kwesi Forex to tackle BTC. So Kwesi Forex will be gold and BTC. J will be gold. J, do you have any other pair you would like to talk about?
Oh, I only talk about gold.
Now USJPY, USDJPY.
If they want, I can also do that.
All right, so guys, if you also want USDJPY, just drop it under the comment. Jay will handle it. So let's just look at the market sentiment so far. For me, I don't know what is pushing gold. You know, I thought during the ceasefire when Trump invited Putin to America to discuss the ceasefire, I thought the agreement was sealed and finalized, right? And first off, it was this same war issue that made gold price to rise like that. It was even during what's the ex-president's name? The U.S. ex-president, Joe Biden. It was during Biden's time the war started, and you know that war when there's war tensions, they affect the gold price, especially if the war should affect the U.S. So this is what made gold price to rise like that, right? So now if Trump comes in and he sits with the reason the war started and they settle on, we are going to discuss a ceasefire, we've settled, Putin has agreed and all that. I was thinking, okay, this is the perfect time for me to start selling gold. You get it? So just right there and there, I started selling gold, without any technicals attached to it. And all of a sudden, it started, going up. And for me, unless I know the reason behind what the market is doing, that's when I will get out of the trade. But I didn't know what was happening, so I was still holding on to myself. It just kept going from 3,370. Now gold is at 3,560. That's how much 2,000 pips. Crazy. But it was later I realized the war is still ongoing, right? So this is my side. Jay, what do you think is causing gold to still continue rising? Okay, let me switch from Jay to Kwesi and let's. Everyone is still setting up their chat. Let me also set up my chat. See the numbers. We have 830 people watching. That's great. At the end of this live session, at least we should have setups. We should make a forecast on what we think the data will be. Because if you go to Forex Factory, they've also made their forecast on what they think the data will be. So it's up to us to also make our forecast to depict what the data might be. And through that data, we also do our technical analysis. We attach our technicals. If it matches, that's a strong indication that we can enter a trade before NFP. Okay, let me take out the drawing. So this is US 30. We'll look at US 30 today. So first thing you look out for doing your analysis is the trend. Okay, this is on a monthly time frame. We start from the monthly, we'll go to the daily, we'll go to the 4 hours. Then from there we'll know what to do next. Jay, you back? let me switch to Quasi Forex and see what setup he has for us.
Okay. 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 So
Jay,
Hello.
yeah,
Love.
Jay, go ahead. Go ahead with your sentiment.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, they come.
Yo,
Yeah, Kwesi.
yeah, okay,
Sally, what's up?
cool. Harvey.
I see.
So, make I share the link to my people.
All right.
Oh, what was that? So, which pair? If you go then what?
Then they drop what they want make we
Analyze.
analyze. Yeah, but mostly it's gold for you, gold and BTC.
Yeah, sure.
Mm. If you go like add USDJPY to
No, I mean we only go then BTC at the trade.
J2, you know the J2 the master gold. So like you drop your own, I so you go drop your own. Then we
Uh,
see the two. So J2 could talk on gold, then possibly USDJPY.
uh,
Yeah, then hopefully I will discuss the US 32.
mm.
Think for you there enough within like 2 weeks you've been going back to back on gold.
How good one?
So I think for you there you're on track on what's happening on gold. What do you think?
Yeah. Why? Oh my god, the app. So over here, no, like how I go share my screen for you.
Is it?
Over here, no, how I go share my screen. Like if I want analyzer.
I think unless you flip them.
How so go we for check all these things before time Rachel.
Flip the camera.
If I flip the camera, I go back here.
Yeah.
I mean for this share. Yeah. Okay, well, what you see?
Okay. I will get Telegram for you. What do you do? So,
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
well,
Hey. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna need to download.
my recent machine.
When I.
But
Yo, Kwesi,
Yo, what's up?
somebody say they want free mentorship giveaway.
Oh, and what will they do? You know, be free value they give.
Yeah, this don't be mentorship while they like.
Yeah.
Mm. I want make we discuss gold from let's say last month. You know what the impact has been until
Uh,
date before we discuss what we think of the NFP data.
yeah, sure. But then how I go share my screen with the destiny? I will be able to. I know you see any button where they
No,
show my.
YouTube Live be different. So this one, unless like right day front camera, unless you switch to the back camera, then you or you
I
won't
switch.
do it on your phone.
No, I dey use my iPad.
So you connect on your iPad.
Yeah.
Unless like you connect on your phone, then you video your iPad.
Oh.
Yeah, that be how YouTube Live day.
Oh.
I'm thinking the next live maybe we should consider another alternative.
Mm.
machine is slow.
Mm. Okay, then Make a NM for you then.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll join for you. Okay.
Whoa, the stream is hitting 900. So over 900 people are ready to feast on the NFP. So losing is not an option. We have to get it right. For US 30, I was looking at an all-time high. I think I shared it on my community, but I was expecting it to go all-time high before the news release. But just yesterday, it just made the all-time high. Not all-time high, but very very close to it. All right, Chrissy.
Yeah. So we should go through the last month price action,
Yeah,
right?
close to 900 people ready for NFP, so we
Mhm.
can't disappoint.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Yeah. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
start from there. You can see my screen, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So let's start from the daily time frame over here. Okay. So from the daily perspective, gold has been very, very bullish. Okay. So we had this range over here, right? Now we can see a breakout. Okay, so we are anticipating, currently price has created a new all-time high. So we are anticipating some deep retracement before any continuation to the upside. Okay. But then we can't just anticipate without price action, right? We need a reason to sell and we need a reason to buy, as always. Okay. So we had this daily bullish storyline that started from this level over here. Okay, so we have, when I say storyline, we are talking about the directional bias, knowing where price is going. Price always tells us or speak to us. Okay, that's why we call it the storyline. You understand? So if you are able to know the storyline of gold, then you'll be able to have a swing trade. Okay, so over here we have daily rejecting daily over here. Then we have a breakout over here. You can see this the swing low that created the swing high that created the swing low over here. So after price broke out, it becomes what? It confirms our bullishness. Okay, or the bullish intent of gold, right? After this breakout, daily breakout over here. What is the traditional SNR? Okay, where we use one candle to determine a breakout. Okay, but then you can see that what this is a daily. If you go on the H4 time frame, right, you'll be able to see that what this was a multiple breakout over here. Okay, yeah. So let's go on H4. Then you can see this. Okay. So on the H4, you can see that what this is the breakout that I'm talking about over here. You can see it over here. So this is a clear breakout. We have daily breakout, H4 breakout. So this was telling us that price will continue the bullishness. Okay. So if this is the low and this is the high, right? This is the highest, this is the lowest. Then you have to know that our next target is where is this highest or this highest over here. That's why I was having my CP target over here. So any pullback within this range over here, okay, we always price always move from the highest to the lowest and from the lowest to the highest. So anything between this is just what? It's just a pullback for continuation. Okay. So you have to be able to differentiate between continuation setups and pullbacks. Okay, you have to be able to differentiate these two. Is that clear? Okay, so let's continue. Good. So over here on the daily time frame back, we have this daily breakout, and then price came to mitigate this left shoulder over here. You can see we have this left shoulder. So price tap over here, and then we have what? A daily bullish engulfing. Okay, so this daily bullish engulfing gave us the confirmation of the continuation of the buys. Okay, you can see from here we have this daily what? We have this daily what? Engulfing, and then price what? Retrace and then continue to the upside. Okay, so let's go to the time frame. Sorry, guys. Okay, good. So let's go to the time frame, H1 time frame, or the setup time frame. Okay, where we look for setup to make our entry. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame and the H4 time frame, we'll be looking for what? Setups, right? So on the H4, we can see that we have what? We have this bullish breakout over here. So all you need after a breakout is a pullback. Then you can make your continuation what? Entry. Okay. I like to trade continuation more than what? Than pullbacks. Okay. Yeah. So price came tapping towards this zone over here and then started to push to the upside. Now we have what? All this breakout over here, another breakout over here. As far as price close with the candle above a resistance, then it's a breakout. Okay, so we have this breakout over here, and price what? Pulled back into what? This field engulfing. You can see this was a sell zone before, right? This was a sell zone. You can see the reaction. Now we have price closing above it. So it becomes what? It becomes support. You understand? So it's more like resistance turning into a support. So we have this what? This buys over here. I use trend line more. Okay, so we have this trend line over here. Price tap into it, right? And then started pushing to the upside. Okay, good. Now let's continue. Now have in mind that the storyline is bullish, and the first target of the daily storyline is what? Is this level over here, the 34.38. Okay, so any pullback, you look for a reason to buy, as simple as that. So over here, what do you see? You can see we have breakouts. So as I said, every breakout you need a pullback, and that's what we trade. As simple. Now we have another breakout, pullback. We make our entry over here, right? But then we have our setups, A plus setups that I trade. You understand? But then we are just using the H4 to continue the trend, right? Then also we can factor in this trend line over here. You can see this trend keeps what? Holding up, right? You can see that this trend keeps what? Holding up, right? So after every breakout, you go to the lower time frame to look for what? To look for your setup. Yeah. So on H4 again, we have another breakout, price pullback, started moving up, another breakout, price pullback, right? Tap into this hidden zone over here, okay? And then started pushing up. Good. Now let's focus on the current price action, okay? Current price action. After gold created all time high, we have this breakout also on H4. You can see we have this breakout. What happened? Price pulled back again. We got this buy from the lower time frame, okay? So let's go to the H1 and M30 time frame. Yeah, so on H1 you can see the setup is clear. We have this liquidity over here, and then price was tap into this fresh zone over here, and then we just keep following the trend, okay? Now price, we got this buy, created another breakout, and price is yet to tap into that buy zone again, okay? Good. Now we still need what? A reason to buy, because price keeps creating new higher highs, right? And that is a nice what sign for you to continue what looking for buys. Okay, good. You don't have to be thinking that, oh, price has overbought and it needs to retrace. So when gold is buying, just continue to buy with it. Okay, yeah. So over here on M30, we have another breakout. So on M30, you can see we have this breakout over here, right? Which price came pulled back, tap into this um zone over here, and then what you can see price what moving to the upside. Yeah. So we have this breakout and then pull back, price tap into this zone, started pushing to the upside. Okay. Now whenever
You
the
see,
the trend, yeah,
you say your screen day off.
is on now. Check if you can see.
Screen off. Make a check for. It's still off.
Is it still off?
Yeah, it's still off.
Okay, then let me cut and rejoin.
All right, sure. Pound JPY. Let's see. Hopefully, let's see. All right. Yeah, it's clear now.
Okay, I think now. Yeah, so let's continue. So over here on M30 we have this breakout and price pullback. We got this nice buys over here. Okay. So I was saying whenever price is bullish, okay, the trend, the momentum, not bullish, whenever price is trending and the momentum is very high, you just have to switch to the lower time frames. Okay. So you can be using from 30 minutes to M5 to be looking for your setups, right? If you are staying on the 1 hour time frame, then you always what not going to get any setup, okay, because price, the momentum is strong and price keeps will keeps pushing and pushing. So you just have to join through the lower time frames. Okay. They always hide the setups in the lower time frame. Yeah. So let's go on the 15 to M5. We'll be able to get there. So on the M15 over here, you can see we have this breakout and then we have this zone over here. Okay. You can see this what sell zone, price broke above it, turned into a buy, price tap started pushing. We have another breakout over here, price pulled back. You can see another breakout, price pulled back. Yeah. So gold, if you want to master gold well or trade gold, you just have to make your analysis simple, right? Don't you don't need to complicate it. But the more you complicate it, the more it confuses you. So you just have to keep it simple. You need a strategy that is going to. It seems it's far. You can't protect directly from the screen.
Yeah, YouTube Live, unless you are doing it alone. Once you have a guest, these are the issues. But they just introduced the guest live, so like I'm sure they will over time try to make everything simple. So it's
Yeah,
not a fault from Kwesi.
yeah. So let's come back on yeah, the current price action. So price created new all-time high over here, and then we have this massive drop to the downside. Okay. Put in mind that this the only buy zone that we had, right? But then price tap into this hidden zone or hidden engulfing over here. Okay. The reason for the retracement. Okay, good. Now price tapping over here. What happened? Before price will do any pullback, it need a zone or a level to react from. It doesn't just react from nowhere, right? So we have this breakout. Okay. The most important thing is price should close below the zone. So you can see after this rejection over here, we had what? We have this what? We have this breakout over here. You can see this candle close below the zone. So if you check the line chart, even you see the line chart, you can see that what price closed below this level. So this is an indication, right? A breakout of the low that created a high. You can see this is the low that created this new high. And then we have a breakout. Okay. So yeah, it actually depends on the time frame that you're working on, right? So you have to use multiple time frame. Okay, let's check what H4 is giving us. Yeah, so on H4, so you can see the breakout, right? And on H4, I think price, yeah, on H4 we have this breakout over here. Okay, this is the low that created this high. We have a breakout, right? I would have continued buying it, okay, if price tap into this level over here, and then what, it give this rejection over here, then I can say we have what, this bullish M formation over here. But then you can see it's closed below it, and currently we have this hidden engulfing over here on H4, right? So I'm still anticipating NFP. I think price, I'm anticipating a sell. Okay, we can see price is rejecting this level, daily level. You can see we two candles create what, resistance. Okay, a bullish candle and then a bearish candle. It gives us what, this A formation, and this A formation is what we call what, resistance. So we have this resistance over here daily, right? Then on H4 we don't have any breakout yet, so we don't have any daily bearish storyline yet, right? But based on the H4 breakout over here, and we can see price is still reacting to the daily um, resi- resistance level. Okay, though over here in the middle, price has given us a lot reason to look for buys, right? But then to trade gold, you first need your directional bias first. Okay, you need your directional bias first before you look for the setup. So yesterday, my community, I gave out a sell, right, which price came to trigger. Okay, so we are currently in a sell over here. It first triggered over here, gave some pips, and then went back to mitigate the zone again, right? I'm still bearish on gold. Now let's look for the setup. On H1, price has created what, currently it has created a bullish what, setup on a H1. All right. So over here we can see we have what, we have this breakout over here. You can see price coming back. We have this zone over here. So price came back, tap into it. But what I think is, sometimes, they create both buy and sells formations in the market, right? But then what is going to differentiate the move is your directional bias. Okay, so if it's bearish, then they are confusing you with what, the bullish what, intent, or the bullish setup. You understand? Yeah, and it's NFP too. So mostly they wouldn't like most traders to be on the right part. You get it? So they will try to create setups to confuse you. Okay. So personally, I'm waiting. I want price to push into this sell zone over here. Then I can take my sell. Okay. I want price to push into. Let me clear this and make it all.
Because I don't know your settings on YouTube, but okay, I think it's high quality. I don't know Arise which, why can't you see it in high quality? Because I can.
Yeah, it's clear.
It's very clear on my side.
Yeah, it's also clear. Yeah, over here. Yeah, so on H1, we have this buy zone over here. We have this sell zone also over here. So since I'm bearish, I want price to come into this sell zone, and then we can have what price moving to the downside. But then if price close above this zone, okay, price close above this zone. This is the zone that we have over here. If we have a bullish candle closure above this zone like this, then all we will do is to wait for a pullback for the continuation to the upside. Okay. Yeah. But my setup that I have is what I'm waiting for price to come into this zone, then I can sell it to the downside. Though price has already created this buy. Okay. In the morning, we are having this as our formation. Okay. One price to sell from here, tap into, then give us this retracement. Then we can go to the downside. Yeah, so I'm bearish on NFP, and this my zone. We are already in sell from yesterday. Okay, already in sell from yesterday. So price tap into this zone level over here. All right. So we have this, and currently continuation setup that I have is what is this zone over here.
Can you mention the price of the zone? And
This H1 time frame, so they can see the candle over there.
right, but just mention the price. I'll make someone type
Yeah,
it in
it's
the comment.
between. Okay, okay. Let me put a
If
line
we
over
see,
there.
if he mentions it, write it in the comment.
Okay, so it's between um 3556.73, okay, to 3560. Okay, so let's say we can run it up to 57 to 60 zone. Okay,
Okay, that's your retracement zone.
for the cells.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
3556.73 to 3560.
okay, so something has to happen either before the news. You are saying if it should reach this zone before the news, you will be tempted or you will.
No, for me, I use limit orders more. Okay. NFP sometimes just give a sharp tap,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Xness is going to reduce the leverage.
really.
Yeah.
So if it's
So
one is to
um,
unlimited, it will be
it
reduced to what?
it will be reduced to, I think, 1:200 or something small. Yeah, it's very bad.
How?
Yeah, when it comes to news.
No, but it's not a problem. Mm.
Yeah, so the reason why it's a problem to me is how I trade news is I deposit the amount that I'm willing to lose only. You understand? Then I go full margin on it. You get it? So
Mm,
I'll just set my limit orders and my zone and price come trigger. Pa. I mean,
mm.
yes. Because there's no time for you to, because sometimes price will react fast. It will just some week. So how are you going to execute if you don't set limit order?
I think even for news, some brokers, even if you set
They'll
the
delete
limit
it.
order, No, not that they delete it, but the time it will trigger, it might be too late.
Uh,
Because NFP like this, it comes with some sharp momentum. If I should have a limit
exactly.
order at 3560, it might trigger at maybe 3550, which should have been 100 pips for me.
Oh,
So it actually depends.
yeah, yeah. So I still want price to sell from this zone. Okay, this is the sell zone that I have since yesterday. Price has been, very, very choppy. We took a sell, it was dropping, pull back again. You know, it's just crazy yesterday. And they are doing this to build more liquidity, right? Then also, when they are doing this, it's like you are in a sell and price is not selling. If your mindset is not that strong, you just change your bias.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Because the momentum they give for the buys
you
will
understand?
outweigh your sell. So it puts
Yeah,
you in a state of confusion. Like, am I doing this?
exactly, exactly, exactly. This what I have over here. This is the start of the zone. Okay, so I think the start of the zone is start from here. Let me mention it so that you can write it down again. 3555.94. So you can run it up to 3556. Okay, 3556 to 3560. So that's like a 40, 35 to 40 pip zone. Is that clear? M30. Yeah, so anything we can check or that.
I think on my reports is talking about your margin. If you are not going full margin, what's your normal risk?
That one is personal stuff. So I will depend on your account size.
Mm.
Yeah,
I think even with this, even if you teach it, what they will do is what they will do. It has to do with your psychology. So
yeah,
for me personally, I believe risk management can't be taught. You know,
yeah. But I have a way that I how do you call it? I manage my recs or I calculate my recs.
right?
Yeah, so let's say I'm coming. Like, do you want me to go over that?
No, I'll make the summary. So let's switch to the Bitcoin. Your
I'll go to
sentiment
that.
over the month and possible forecast.
Okay, okay, quick. So yesterday, I actually analyzed Euro USD to one of my students. Okay, I think I have the before and after over here. Let me quickly go over that. Then I think Euro USD is at a nice level too. So we can see if we
Okay,
can
so
get
you
something
take
like that.
Euro USD.
No, it's just I'll just brush it. Like we just go through it and we'll go to BTC quick.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was the setup yesterday. Right, then we can see the outcome over here. So let me quickly go over it. Yeah. So we have, as I said, you need to know the storyline of any pair that you are trading, you understand? You need to know the storyline. You need to know the directional bias. Okay. So over here, we can see that what price did not close or go above this high over here. So this high becomes protected high, you understand? More like, okay. We have this breakout. We have this breakout over here. We have this also protected, right? So it's more like price is in a range from between this lowest to this highest, but then you can still make an entry from it or get a setup. So I have my A plus setups that I only look for when I come on the chart, right? After solving the directional problem, you look for the setup. Okay. So on the H1 time, H4, this H4, we have a breakout over here. We have this H4 breakout, but we don't have any setup on this H4 yet. Okay. We have this setup, sell setup, breakout, bearish setup, which is this, okay, over here, right? And currently price is already in that sell zone, okay? This is my sell zone, sell zone. So thank you, USD is also in a nice sell zone. All right, so NFP, USD is also in a nice sell zone. Then H1, which is where I got my setup from, right? On H1, we have this breakout over here. We have this liquidity, price came tap into this, and we have our simple 1:5, yeah, simple 1:5 setup over here. So currently price has tapped into this sell zone. If you want confirmation to make this entry, then that's if you don't want to take any high risk entry. All you can do is to wait for a bearish engulfing, and I don't think um NFP have that patience to wait or to create that. Okay, so you want to see a bearish what engulfing over here, then we can enter when price gets into that zone. So it's more something like this to the downside. Yeah, so that's it for USD. Let's quickly check um BTC. BTC, yesterday I missed my buy setup. Okay, so let's check from the higher time frame. Yeah, so BTC, if you check the daily time frame, right? If you check the daily time frame and then the weekly looks more bullish, okay, because you can see the breakout price came, pull back tap, and then it's continuing the move again, right? But because of this week also over here, after creating new all-time high, we have this beautiful zone for continuation. Okay, if price come here, then we are creating, price is going to bounce off to what, new all-time high. Okay, maybe 150. Yeah, but price need to retrace this deep into the 86 region, right? 86 region. But now let's focus on the current price action. So weekly, we have weekly rejecting weekly over here. On the daily, we have price respecting this daily level. So we have daily rejecting daily. We have daily breakouts. You have daily breakout over here, and then price pulled back. This is your entry, which I missed. Yes, is it yesterday? Yeah. Okay. So you can see price came tap into this zone over here. Now let's move H4. Now on the H4 time frame, we have what this breakout. We have this breakout over here. Where is it? We have this breakout. Okay. Price need to pull back. So price pull back, tap into this rejection block over here. And we have this massive buy to the upside. So as I said, if you're looking for setups, I have my A plus setups that I look for. Right. I look for. So over here you can see after the breakout, price came tap into this left shoulder over here, which is the entry. Then I got multiple stack entries over here. So I have this buy, then this sell, right? So I was anticipating another sell, which is yesterday I said this zone, two zones. So we have this one and then this one over here. So price failed over here, but then it reacted to this. Okay. Price failed, but then it reacted to this. So right. But I'm still on BTC. I just want some retracements for continuation to that upside. So that's it for NFP. I think it will just give us some pullback and buys will continue. Sometimes it moves with gold, sometimes too it move on its own. Doesn't care about gold.
Okay, but now let's talk about the data itself. We've looked at the technicals, right? But let's look at the fundamentals. What's at play in the U.S. economy? So
Yeah, so
for
mm,
me, um, what I understood was there was a talk with Trump and Putin, right, about the ceasefire, which was a good cause gold to drop, right? So for me, at that time, I was selling gold because this news, it was even the war that caused gold to start rising in the first place. So if there's a talk on ceasefire, gold should, at least drop. And it did drop, but for like maybe 100 to like 200 pips before the rise came again. So I got no news on the war continuation, but what caused gold to spike like that? Because it moved from like 3,003 and it's now like 3,005 and it's still pushing. What caused this sudden surge?
yeah, so with fundamentals, gold is more like a safe haven, you understand? It's more like a safe, yeah, commodity kind of, not commodity, yeah. But then, so the war, the peace talks is more like a rumor, right? The uncertainty is very high. That's why like people are not they don't believe in what is actually going on. They think it's just some gamish games that's going on. So yeah, that's one cause of it. I don't really focus much more on fundamentals simply because I believe that technicals fundamental is more like the only full price. You get it to higher levels, higher time frame levels. right? So if you are able to solve the technical work, then fundamental is going to, I don't check it.
Hmm.
Yes. But I'm not saying you should also what follow that steps, but then it's good to add fundamental to it. You get it? But fundamental for me personally, I think it's more like a fuel. It's fuel price to get to a destination quickly. You get it? And when there is high events, news, NFP and CPI and other stuffs, price moves to the higher time frame, weekly, daily levels, and then it will do what it wants to do over there. So if like you have a daily level, maybe a daily price is bullish, right? And you have a daily buy zone, then when is this NFP and CPI, you have to just look at that levels. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and also
So for
news
me,
sometimes it gives two directional bias.
right,
The first one is more like a pullback or a correction to continue the the trend. So you can decide to trade the news or wait after the news is released, the after the move, then you can get your setup, or you can just react to the news.
right. For me, I believe once fundamentals come in, technicals, go out the window. Um, so, and I focus more on the stocks, and stocks is mostly backed by fundamentals more than the technicals. You know, yeah. So I based on fundamentals to check if my technicals is right or not right. But some people do the opposite. I think it all works for whoever, right? So fundamentals, for me, I believe stocks will go up. I think even from Monday, I decided to drop the information that stocks is going to perform, and it's performing. It's at an all-time high already. I was thinking it would go up at an all-time high during the NFP, but it's now at the all-time high before the news has been released. So most people would think, okay, since it's in the overbought region, it's going to sell. But I believe it will still keep going up. So if you are looking for um, analysis on US 30, I'll show it. But what's my forecast on rejoin? What's my forecast on US 30? I believe it's going to go up. Maybe
I'm
because
not
it's
going on
opening.
here.
Oh, okay, I think your connection was unstable. So I
Yeah.
just dropped the sentiment on US 30 based on fundamentals, and I'm able to confirm it because on Monday I did the analysis on the technicals, which was perfect, and during that same zone it reacted perfectly to the upside, right? So let me just is I've already done everything. So check the all-time high on US 30.
US 30.
Yeah,
Oh, I think UUSD is already dropping. US 30, sorry. Okay. US 30. I used to trade it in the past, but now I don't even check it. But let me see what we
so
have.
this on the monthly time frame. It's an all-time high. And this, I think, even it was even on. Oh, you were able to do the background thing. You did green
Oh,
screen, right?
yeah, green screen. Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. This technicals you can just this on the monthly basis, on a monthly time frame. You can see first of all indicate the trend, right? It's an uptrend. Okay. Now let's just look at the pullbacks. I'm not going to go too far. This is monthly time frame, so this is in February 2020. I think Nasdaq was my favorite pair back in I think 2022 or so because I signaled there will be a stock crash. It didn't happen. Ah, Agatha Botche, drop your Momo number. Why? I indicated there will be a stock crash, and I believed it was bound to happen because the market was like in a bubble. You keep inflating the bubble. It was meant to crash, just like the Ghanaian economy, right? The sudden increase in performance of the Ghanaian cities from 17 cities to 10 cities. What they forgot is they created a bubble, right? And this bubble is eventually going to crash. So CD at 10 cities was very temporal. The US economy picking back up will, really affect the Ghanaian cities. Okay, I'm just chipping this in. So Ghana cities is going to perform poorly. They will keep performing poorly until they release all that bubble they created. I think they created the bubble because they wanted people to trust the economy. They wanted people to, praise them. But this is a world economy. Once you go out there, you are going to get crashed. So CD from 10 cities is going to go to maybe 14 cities, 15 cities. It's bound to happen. So stack up your dollars, stack up your dollars. CDs is going to crash. It had crashed for a while once tariff was applied. No, the U.S. economy is performing, and once it's performing, cities is going to get crashed. Okay, that was how I came about my buys on US 30. So I'm more of the fundamental guy. I barely do technicals. Technicals is just a backup for me. Okay, I study the news more. I watch the news more to come about my predictions. Okay,
Oh,
so
that's
US
good.
30, US 30 should keep buying. It should keep buying. I think if you check my channel, I dropped it from 41,000. Okay, so we are already up. No, I mean 45,000. We're already up by 600 pips, but I'm sure everyone has closed. So just give maybe about 10 minutes to the news. I'll get the confirmation. But what's my bias on US 30? It will keep buying. And
Okay, so mm,
I'm not saying the Ghanaian economy is going to crash because I hate Ghana. I'm just giving you the fact, right? So question
yeah,
you jump in
sure.
again.
So I also just quickly did. Okay, let me close this green. Okay, good. I just quickly did this on US 30. Let me quickly go over it for you. Okay. So if you check the daily time frame, right, US 30 is very, very bullish. You understand? Good. Now we have this level, or let's say this zone over here on the daily time frame. Price came, all right, price came, mitigated this. It need to clear this high before any retracement, you understand? But then the daily candle, you can see it close with this bullish engulf. Okay, we need price. Whenever we have news, we need price to retrace to a higher time frame zone before any continuation. You understand? So I'm anticipating price retrace this when the news come. Okay, the first movement it should drop quickly to this level, which is 45,308, 45,169. This is a daily level. Okay, this is a daily level. Then it should start buying from there. Oh, why is my screen green? I think the green
Send the
screen.
green.
Okay. So yeah, let's go to H4. Yeah, so on H4 you can see we have this zone over here. We can refine it. Okay, we have refined the daily level to this H4. Okay, so we have the setup on the H4. We want price to sell from where it is and then tap into this 45,269, 45,169, and then we can have this bullishness all the way to our first target should be the highs. Okay, price should clear this high 45760, 46, and then 46,600. Okay, yeah. Then from there, we are going back to the daily. Okay, price should now be able to retrace back to this daily zone. Okay, then we can have this a wave, trend waves. Okay, yeah, then price should continue from here all the way to the upside. So US 30, as you said, is bullish. We have already created a new high, so I guess so. It will just keep moving to the upside.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's
So
check back on gold. I'm coming.
okay.
It came close to my entry. I think it missed my entry over here. But then I'm not in haste. You understand? I'm not going to jump into this. Okay, but when the news comes, price can still come back and go. Or if it doesn't and it's closed below this level over here, when it's closed below this level, then we can have a retracement and then continuation to the downside. Yeah. Sometimes too, you can see there's more like if you trade F imbalance, okay, if you trade imbalance, you can see this our fair value gap over here. And you can see price came to fill this 50% of it. But mostly when I used to trade SMC or algo concept based on my back testing and stuff, I only use the 100% of the imbalance. Okay, I don't use the 50%. So I still think price will, if you are still bearish, I still think price should tap into this and then go. Otherwise, we want a breakout close with a candle below this level, then pull back and then continuation to the downside. Yeah, at least we should clear these lows over here. Clear this low. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it for, and then the US USD too that we have over here. Yeah, I loved it. You can chip in. I think that's it for, that's what I have for now.
The Euro USD, can I see the chart again?
I don't trade it though. I just
Mm.
happen to analyze it. Yeah. So actually, from the H4, we got this zone over here. Okay, this is the H4 level. You can see price is reacting to it. So one time frame lower H1. If this H1 candle right closes bearish, then we are going to have what? Bearish engulfing. You get it. So if we have bearish engulfing, let me show you something. This more like a cheat code or how to make how to get a sharp entry. You understand? Yeah. So if you have your zone. Let's say price. We have this resistance level over here. Price came tap, but then you need a confirmation entry, right? Okay. You wait for one time frame lower. Okay, so let's assume that is H4 time frame level. So let's quickly check. Okay. Okay, so if this H4 level that we have over here, right? Good. But then this H4 level is too big, or the zone is too big. We move one time frame lower. I want to see an engulf, a bearish engulfing. So you can see we have this bearish engulfing over here. So you mark it, and then you can see price came tap into this, started dropping. Okay, so it's more like a confirmation for sales. Okay, or like a confirmation for sales. Over here too, you can see we have this bearish engulfing. Mark this, price came tap and then the drop. Yeah. So over here, what I'm saying is we should price, if you want a confirmation entry, price should close with this bearish engulf, and then we can mark this to be our zone. Then we can anticipate price. The next candle can tap into it and then drop to the downside. Yeah.
Okay, we have less than an hour till the news is released. So I think for now, let's open up for questions. Let's discuss, and if you have any questions. I'm also trying to reach out to Jay.
Okay.
Yeah, his setup is similar to yours, but he uses HVP, so the cells won't be smooth. But his setup, the cells won't be smooth. It's going to mitigate around the HVP. I'm sure to possibly take out or make a lot of people lose hopes in the cells before it continues.
Yeah.
So just HVP is at 3546. Check your chart and tell me what zone is at 3546.
Like for a buy or what?
No, HVP mostly price rejects from HVP for some time.
What is that?
Okay, I'll connect him to discuss that. I think you don't trade the HVP.
No, I don't know what is that.
So on that zone, anytime price gets there, it reacts. So you check the 30-minute time frame and check how many rejection zones are at 3546.
We have two. We have two.
Okay, two. So what that zone is maybe let's say it gets to your sell zone 3556, right? When it goes to the 3546, it's going to react there. You get to ask in that point is going to reject the cells. Because this network is unstable, I think. Okay. Kwesi, I think you're on mute.
Okay.
Do you see any possibilities for buys? Because
On gold.
someone, yeah, someone has been screaming buys since the beginning of the stream.
Oh,
Did
everyone
you see any
has
possibility of
everyone with their opinion. You understand?
that? So
It's
for you, there's
news.
no possibility.
Oh no, if I would take the buy, then I would have gotten it from this sharp entry over here. Okay.
Mm.
This sharp from the M30, you can see we have this buy structure. Okay, we have breakout. level. As I said, I'm bearish. So if I'm bearish, why should I what jump on a buy if I'm bearish? You get the point.
So
I
that
rather prefer taking loss on my bias than what.
right.
You get the point, yeah.
So that M30 you
Yeah, you
said,
can see.
that's what we call the HBP.
Okay. So you can see in the morning I was having this sell over here. You can see I have these two. So if this was early in the morning, so I thought this bearish momentum will just continue in the morning. You get it? So if like price close below here, then we just take the retest for the sell. Okay. But then this is a buy setup that price created. But because I'm bearish since yesterday. Okay. So you can see this my setup yesterday. Okay. So we had this first sell over here, which is this one over here. Okay. Then price, you can see it sold from there. Then price went up back again into the other new zone. Okay, which is where price is at currently. Which is this one over here. That's why I'm still insisting that price will sell based on my strategy. You understand? I have this breakout. So price tap. I'm already in the first sell. So this is what the NFP sell. I'm already in this sell already from yesterday. So this is more like a continuation. Okay. I just want to pull back and then price should continue to the downside.
All right. We have less than an hour.
Oh, we have so much time. Price can do a lot of things before NFP. So
True, true.
yeah.
So for you, if your zone should trigger before the news, are you going to enter?
I've already set my limit. That is it.
Okay, okay, okay.
So it's either it's breakout, hit my stop loss, and then it turn into a flip zone. You understand? So from there I cannot recover my sell loss. You get it?
Right.
If
Manasseh,
price,
when you
mm,
started trading, what was some psychology barrier you faced, and what was the switch you made to see growth within your trading journey?
it's a whole lot. With that, they need different Zoom call. But you can share yours. Can share yours. Trading is not easy. Trading is difficult. But then you you need someone who has already achieved that or who is up there to guide you. You need a guidance. You get it? If you want to solve it alone, it's going to take you years. It's going to take you years. Even the mentor is just there to guide you, not to do magic for you to be consistent. You get a point, yeah. So it all depends on you. After you get guidance from your coach, your mentor, the rest is on you to backtest until your eyes are, sharp like the eagle eye. If you don't have sharp eyes, then you have mosquito eyes.
The markets always go beat you.
That's you need to be able to, see it immediately, react, not the hindsight. Hindsight is if you are you are explaining chart on the hand side, then you are not yet a trader. You should be able to do it when it's live, be
Okay.
able to recognize it. If it's a pattern that you trade, you should be able to recognize that pattern immediately when it's been created. Yeah. Act fast, train the eyes. And one thing too is forgetfulness. Like when you are a newbie, you don't back test. You see that thing? People can pay $100 for mentorship. You get it, but they are willing to uh, fund $1,000 and blow it. Then later they will come into your DM to tell you, "I've messed up, I've ruined. Can you please help me? Help you like how? Am I Jesus Christ?"
That thing is
Nah.
very, very true. Very, very, very true.
Oh, bro, you see someone will test you. Oh, bro, what you had like? I'm impressed. How do you do it and of stuff? You tell the person, "Oh, this like you need mentorship." You understand? If you're interested, pay my rate. If you're not interested, just get the fuck out. The person will go and later on he will come and show you screenshot that oh you deposited $1,000, $5,000, he blew it and like you should help him. Like how? So one thing about gold too is it plays a lot of psychological ways. You understand? You can have your setup, but then the manner at which gold will be consolidating, going to your your zone, come back, go there again, come back again. You even be fed up and you close. By the time you realize you see price moving. So with gold, if you don't have the sharp entry, then forget it. If you don't have the sharp entry, then don't make an entry because it's going to ruin your psychology. Price can keep coming to your entry like ten times.
We have a sell limit. Jay couldn't join, but I also have his setup. Very, very similar to that of Chrissy. So this is his sell zone 3561.18. HVP is the place where price is going to retest from. But after this has been broken, basically use the 30-minute time frame. So after a 30 minutes candle closes below this fully, then you can go in for more sells to 3511. All right. So limit 3561. Um, Probably we can miss this because sometimes when the news comes, it just goes straight into cells. So then let me just add precise uh, first entry, which was 3556, right? 3556. Okay. So stall limits on gold 35562, 3561. This is the, if it reaches here, that's perfect because this is an early sell limit, right? TP1 will be the SVP because price has retested that zone 3 times and it kept rejecting it, you know. So just put the first TP above it, which is 3546. This is the final TP 3511, right? So we're targeting over 400 pips for NFP, but let's see. Let's see what the market has for us.
Yeah, so I think I have a BTC set up too.
All right, sure.
Yeah, so BTC, as I said, I'm still bullish. I want it to clear 113,500. You get it? This current high that we have over here. Are we buying or selling? Confused. Yeah, that's BTC. So we can look at this two levels. This H4 time frame. This left shoulder over here.
You
Okay.
mentioned the
Okay.
zone,
So
so I
we are
highlight.
looking at, yeah.
So it's a buy limit. What's the buy limit price?
110
110
857 857
857
and 110
110
184.70.
184.
0.70, yeah.
That
So
that's
this is
that's a lot. So all these zones are your the buy
is
limit.
Tuesday. Yeah, BTC. This is the level over here.
Let me see the level.
H4.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see that price drop further up into the left shoulder that we have. Yeah.
30 minutes.
Why is US 30 dropping like that?
Preparing. I mean, I'm all buys or US 30. I'll buy like 2 minutes before the news is released.
Mm.
Let's see what the news data has for us. Yeah, apparently Jay had to meet someone up, so he couldn't join, but he shared his setup, which he shared his setup, which aligns with that of Kwesi. So let me just show it quickly if you can see. Okay. So this was Jay's setup. You can take a screenshot. This was Jay's setup. Okay. So the sell zone is at 3565.1, which aligns with what Kwesi said. HVP, most of the times I wanted him to come and explain the HVP, but he was busy, so he didn't. So I'm sure another live stream, I'll let him talk about the HVP. Hey, my boss, Elvis Beji. make Elvis jump in. All right, so Jay set up HVP. So most of the times when price gets to the HVP zone, it's going to react there, right? But overall, this is set up. Okay. Everyone is going to trade. All right. I hope this session was actually good. I kind of bear 20 minutes for the news into, you know, let's all go and trade. Why? Like, I really appreciate whoever was able to join, right?